Bama closing in on spring practice, and we're going to talk about some of the players that we're looking forward to seeing this year in a Crimson Tide uniform. And then basketball, heading to Tennessee. Huge showdown. Nate Oats, dangerous, but can Alabama survive Tennessee? We're going to talk about that right here on our show, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. It's almost March Madness, and I'm telling you guys right now, do what I'm doing next week. Go to Pearl River Resort, the Timeout Sports Lounge. You can watch all the NCAA games on the big screen TV, including Alabama. And you can bet just like you're out in Vegas. That's where Coker's going to be. So take advantage of it. Hour and change from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. Get over there, and I'm telling you, they got everything you need. All right, let's get this show started, people. All right, there he is, Jake Coker, the championship quarterback from Alabama, 2015, 10 years ago plus now. And I'm Mick Gillespie, the guy hanging out with the guy. What's up?
What's up?
Over there working. Look at you, typing away. If you were typing on that computer and you had to pick your favorite players coming back for this year's Bama season, who are the guys you're looking most forward to seeing?
Obviously both quarterbacks, I'm an offensive guy. I got to go with Aaron Brooks and Michael Carroll. Brian Williams, obviously, but I felt like he's Alabama through and through. I felt like somebody probably swooped in and tried to pay Aaron Brooks a pretty hefty amount, and he probably stayed loyal to Alabama.
Yeah. Well, the way that the system is right now is,
I mean, he's the freakiest.
Crazy.
To me, he was the freakiest standout new face on offense this year. Was.
Yeah.
I mean, you take out Ty Simpson, obviously. But yeah, the freakiest athlete. I thought Isaiah Horton was the most consistent new face, but in terms of just explosive athleticism, our boy Lottie, he's the one that was making plays and just looked fearless out there.
Loved him.
I love him.
Loved him. Yeah, I'm glad he came back. He only started one game, but he played some. You know, he played in 14 games. And I feel like some of his plays this year were amongst some of the biggest plays of the season. You know, like the catch against Missouri, and then he had a catch against Oklahoma that I can see right now. Like,
yep.
I was so
driving across the goal line.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's a tough dude too.
Well, that's what I say. He plays fearless. I mean, the guy plays fearless. That's the kind of guy that you build a program around. Ain't afraid to make plays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who is who? So of those guys, like Michael Carroll's the only offensive lineman coming back. Is that concerning to you? I mean, they went out and got a bunch of guys in the transfer portal. And they had definitely a bunch of like premium high school guys that came in.
Oh yeah, well that's the most concerning area we got, the offensive line. An already underperforming physical front, and then they get totally gutted this year, which, I mean, you can look at it, either way. Hey, we got to move on and start with a bunch of brand new faces, but at the same time, the cohesion up front on the offensive line is probably the most important component of being a good offensive team. I mean, guys that have played with each other, they understand each other's roles, strengths, weaknesses, and attack defenses in a way that's complementary to the way they play. And having basically, you might as well be starting with 5 new guys, because even though Michael Carroll's coming back, I mean, he still wasn't that senior leader last year.
Right.
And he's got 4 new guys around him, so he's learning all the new guys as well. Concerning for sure, and especially when I would say I love the I love the recruiting class we got in this year. A lot of sites have us as number one. Take that how you want to, but they're still young and they hadn't played, so it's always a little nerve wracking watching a bunch of freshmen come out there and try to make it work.
Yeah. And the problem is you just wonder, like, are you wasting your time developing these guys so they can go somewhere else and play? And that's the, and I know some of you guys loved what I had to say about the way that Alabama spends their money, and some of you guys didn't. I got some hate mail about, basically saying that I didn't think that women's basketball was a good investment. Let me just tell you, from a business standpoint, if you make $748,000 and you pay somebody $700,000 before you pay anybody else and all the expenses, I'm sorry, that's bad business. Like they said, I'm sorry. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, do they do that at your job? I have a business. So you guys will get in the comments section and punch me.
I wish they did.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just, come on, man. Like and I'm mostly positive, but I got some negative comments. Look, it doesn't make sense. Okay. And when you're watching LSU spend, $50 million and you're spending $20 million, I mean, like, it's not going to work out good for you in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you see those numbers in the real world, you realize you're on the chopping block. I mean,
yeah.
It is what
Christy
it is.
Curry makes $700,000 and the whole program makes $748,000, and they're not even like competing for championships. Like, I mean, you're telling me you can't go get somebody for $100,000 to do that same job and finish middle of the pack every year? I mean, come on, man. How many women's basketball games has anybody gone to? How many have you watched?
I've watched them on TV. Like I said, when Jay Barker's daughter was playing, I was watching a lot. And when Bradley Bozeman's wife was playing, we'd watch some of those games.
Yeah, I broadcasted the games when she was on the team. Great player.
Yeah.
But it's not. This isn't an indictment.
Bradley Bozeman just retired.
Did he? It's not an indictment of women's basketball. I played lacrosse at Alabama. It was a club sport. Like some of these sports you can play, and maybe you just do them as club sports. Like, we don't have to fly women's basketball around the country to lose. Like, let's just, everybody can just pay their way, like I did. I paid my way, and I had a great time. We beat Auburn one time. It was awesome. But it's become a business, man, and that's
beating the hell out of people with those sticks.
It was fun. It's fun. we got whooped by Auburn the first time, so beating them was.
Hey, did you ever walk away from a game looking like Jack Hughes?
Dude, I love Jack Hughes, man. I didn't realize he was a New Jersey Devil. I think that's my new favorite hockey team.
It's mine.
I love it.
I didn't know that till you just said it, but now they're my favorite.
I got to get a Jack Hughes jersey.
And wherever Hellebuck plays, I'll be pulling for that team as well.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, dude. Like, I don't watch hockey, but I'll tell you what, that was the best. That was just the best, man. It's like, like, Canada, you booed us.
Oh yeah. and they've resurrected Freebird.
I love that. That's the name of my boats. The Freebird is would you consider yourself a Skinnert fan? Are you a Skinnert guy?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty un-American not to be a Skinnert fan. I mean, those guys were lunatics too. I watched a documentary on them. And the plane that went down. Gosh, who was it? Ronnie? Is it Ronnie?
Yeah, Ronnie died.
Yeah, but they knew the plane had issues, and they were like, "Hey, we got a show to play."
I didn't see that. I saw he had nightmares like that the plane was going to crash.
Well, maybe my memory's failing me, but I swear I remember them talking about that. Like the pilot was nervous.
I thought that they ran out of gas. Like they had 2 tanks and they thought the second tank was full. And then when they went to switch tanks, it was empty and they went down and they didn't go down far from here. I mean, like from where we're at.
Were they flying out of Jacksonville?
I think they were flying to Louisiana and they crashed somewhere in Mississippi, between Mississippi and Louisiana.
Jeez.
Yeah, crazy, man. And some of the guys survived.
Yeah. You think they've ever been on a plane again?
Yeah. Yep, Gillsburg, Mississippi. They crashed in Gillsburg, Mississippi. Ronnie Van Zant, Stephen Gaines, Casey Gaines, they all died. That was 48 years ago. And
look up real quick. Did Ronnie know the plane was going down?
Ronnie had. I saw the documentary. He had dreams about it. They said that song, That Smell, was about the plane crash. I was thinking about this when I was listening to Casey Kasem's old top 40 countdowns, and it was like he was playing like artists who passed away, but their hits became like number one after they died. And Jim Croce was one of those, and Janis Joplin was one of those. Like their songs hit after they died.
Jim Croce, I've Got a Name.
Yeah,
great one. That's an all-timer. Yeah, I guess you're right. I could have sworn I knew. Maybe I misunderstood what they said.
Another one was Otis Redding. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Yeah,
like he died, and his songs became famous. Like there were a lot of plane crashes back then. You ever get nervous on planes?
I hate planes.
You do?
On. Oh yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And the Boeing Supermax situation, over the last 4 or 5 years hadn't helped that either.
I don't know this.
It's the plane that I believe Trump made them stop manufacturing it for a while, or he grounded them for a while. But it was that plane that kept on crashing. I think there's like 3 crashes or something in 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to bring this up because I know you're going to Vegas next week. Just drink a lot.
Have to give me a beer before I get on.
Yeah. Like the Olympics. Like, remember the figure skaters or were they figure skaters? The skaters were on that plane that ran into the helicopter. And so like half.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know, dude. Like the hockey team, though, man, so cool. Can you those guys did it up when you won your championship? You guys didn't do it up like that.
Well, yeah. I wasn't invited to the State of the Union. That's pretty. That's pretty awesome.
Did you guys just go on like a 3-day bender after you won? 4-day bender?
Man, we not really. I'm trying to think. I think. Let's see. It was on a Monday night, so we may have had to go into class like the next week.
Yeah, not me.
Actually, I can't remember. No, I graduated, so I was done with school after that.
I would have been at Innisfree and Galette's and closing places down and like.
We landed. I remember we landed. I probably should have done that, but we landed back in Tuscaloosa, and me and my wife we went to the hunting camp, just chilled out. We went to the hotel bar after the game, and had a good time for a little while. But it was so packed and crazy. There was no. You couldn't get around, I guess.
Yeah, man. Our story. You know our story. We went to we did the post-game show from the Irish bar right there next to the football stadium, and Baron Huber was supposed to be on with me, and he passed out. I just started having people on. Like, I just looked over, and Baron was like this.
I can't believe y'all went out there.
We did. It's because we did the pregame show there too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That was a fun year, man. That was good times.
I was talking about that game last night. Yeah, I saw. I see where Cruz is putting out his best Alabama games over the
number
years.
one. Did you see mine?
No, I don't think that was that game on there.
Mine was number 3. Yours was number 3 on my list.
Well, I'm talking about what he's doing on social media where he's got.
I did too. We picked our 5 best games.
But didn't you? What weren't y'all's parameters while you were in Tuscaloosa?
They had to be. We had to be at the game.
Yeah.
So he had you guys as number 1, and I had you as number 3. And I loved it. Look, it was one of my favorite games.
What's your 1 and 2?
Number 1 was the LSU championship game because
21-0. That game was like.
I'll tell you why, dude. It was because I lived in Tuscaloosa at the time, man. My house was is like a mile from where that tornado came through. And I went and volunteered with a lot of those guys. I was working for Crimson Tide Sports Network, and I was doing baseball. I quit doing baseball and went and volunteered, and I just felt like that team made it their goal to win for the city, like and I mean, I was at people's houses, and their loved ones died in it. Like their animals were gone. Like it was something I hope I never go through again. And it was just like incredible. And the other thing too is that I don't know if you realize this, but Coach Saban came from LSU. Then he went to the NFL, and then we got him. They hated us for that. And so there was this big rivalry, and just whooping their ass like that in their home backyard, like those tickets were impossible to get. And the other thing is like LSU, I don't want to, they're up there with Tennessee. Like no one talks a gang of shit more than LSU fans. Like they just do.
Yeah.
So it was just nice. Like I didn't want a close game with them. Some guy was harassing me on the way in. I saw him on the way out. He didn't have anything to say. I kept asking me. That was number 1. And I sat 45 or 50 yard line upper deck with a bunch of my friends. It was great, man. Number 2 for me, ahead of you guys, was the Rocky Block, because we lost to Tennessee every time when I was a student. We lost to Tennessee. So think about how old I am, because we beat them 16 straight.
Yeah,
it was before that, and that game was incredible, man. Like
I'm trying to think. Was that the season, the first title for Coach Saban?
No. It was Shula. It was.
No, that wasn't Shula.
You're thinking of Rocky. Oh, I'm talking about Rocky Stop, not Rocky Block. Rocky Stop. When we fumbled them out of the end zone, they were going in to win. All they had to do was kick a field goal, and then that was crazy. And then I talked about this. I was at Houndstooth after the game, and there was construction on the strip. And here comes the bus with Philip Fulmer, and a lot of people felt like Fulmer was a snitch. And so they didn't like him a whole lot. And this guy at the Houndstooth had this giant sign. There's game day signs on a stick, and it was a big fat guy sitting on the toilet, but it had Philip Fulmer's head on there. And the bus got stopped right in front of there because of the construction. And I swear, as I sit here to you right now, I saw him, and he's like on the bus, and I see him just turn around like, and that guy's got that sign. You couldn't make it up, man. You could not make it up. It just, I saw it. I was like, man, this is like something off of a TV show. Then you guys were 3. Number 4 was was your guy, Greg McElroy, taking over. Best game he ever played, 09 SEC championship game. The guy was amazing. That was one of the best games I've ever been to. That was just amazing, man. That guy had a game like just I was there for it. Like if somebody said, "Hey, no, incredible."
That was the game that changed it all.
Yeah, and that Florida team was legit, man. And to go in there and just rip their hearts out like that. Bama, I think they played about a perfect game. I mean, and they had to.
The two main plays I remember three. When I think it was Javier Arenas intercepted that ball in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Greg McElroy's throw to Colin Peak.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, and then Greg McElroy's run down the sideline where he tiptoed and stayed in bounds to get the first down.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about this with Cruz, and I was like, your boy. I would say this about Greg, that's one of the best performances I can remember a quarterback having at Alabama. I mean, it's just hats off to him, man. At that, and when you look at that game in the perspective of where Bama football was at that particular time, we hadn't won any championships yet. And Florida was in the middle of a dynasty. And they had Tim Tebow, who's the best player they ever had. And he and all those guys came back from the year before, and they were crushing everybody.
Yep.
Incredible, man. Incredible. He had an incredible performance. That's one of my favorite games. And then the number 5 on the list was my first ever game, the 96 Iron Bowl. How old were you in 96?
I was 4.
Okay, you and Cruz were both 4. Hey, that game was amazing. Freddy Kitchens, Freddie.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie drives us down the field, trailing by 6. End of the game. Dennis Riddle on these little slip out passes gets in, place. It's Legion Field. I thought that the old gray lady was going to collapse. So crazy in there, man. That's
I remember
that Alabama footballdom started right there.
I remember Freddie when Freddie. Obviously being an Alabama fan growing up, who Freddy Kitchens is. Even at my age. He was probably the first quarterbacks I remember, at Alabama were probably Tyler Watts and Andrew Zell.
No, you've said this before.
And I've told them in person, but, when I was,
that makes me feel old as shit, by the way, when you say that.
Yeah. Hey, when we were going through, when Freddie called me about coming to Arizona, I heard him talking. I was like, man, this is pretty awesome. Because it was a phone, a number I didn't recognize. I hadn't talked to him before. And I answered it, and he's, said, hey, I'm, introduces himself. I was like, oh, my gosh, okay, that's pretty cool. I was like, well, there's no doubt I could go to Arizona. And, I get there, and as I get to know Freddie is hilarious. One of the funniest, nicest, most genuine people you can meet. But it was so funny, but also he had he had a childish sense of humor. Just hilarious. I remember one night we had our team snack. Have I told you this story where we're we have our meetings at night, then you go get something to eat right before you go to bed if you want to take it up to your room. And at this point I'd gotten to know Freddie, pretty dang well. We've become friends, and I'm walking out, and it's they have these. It was in this big conference room, but they had it closed off with these this draped fabric, and so I see the door. It's 10 yards, 15 yards ahead of me, but you had to walk around this drape, and something caught my eye behind the drape, and I see this shadow. This it's this big silhouette,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I look over and I see it. I'm like, holy shit, that's Freddie. I was like, what is he doing back there? And it just kind of crosses my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach through that fabric and scare the hell out of him. But at the same time, I was like, I wonder if he's heard me talking and he's sitting hiding back there waiting to scare me, I reach for that fabric and grab him on the back and scream at him, and he throws his snack up in the air and starts screaming. He's like, damn it, I was going to scare you.
He's too big to hide.
I was like, I was like, never in my wildest dreams did I ever think, when I'm, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and you hear about Freddie, do I think that I'm going to, reach behind fabric and scare Freddy Kitchens?
Yeah. I think Jay Barker's the first Alabama quarterback I remember.
Yeah, Jay Barker was the quarterback in Alabama the year I was born.
Yeah. Love Jay, by the way.
So you're the first quarterback you remember is the quarterback the year I was born.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
How old were you in 92?
I was in high school, so
okay.
Yeah, but I was sophomore. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. My neighbor had gone to Alabama and was from Northport, so he was all fired up. Got me into this Alabama thing.
Yeah,
hey guys, let me hold on. I totally forgot to do this, guys. Let me tell you about Patriot Roofing and Builders. You know that when you get work done, you want it done by the best in the business. And let me tell you something, these guys are the best in the business. Take advantage of their free inspections. You call, they're going to answer. That's Will and Justin. Patriot Roofing and Builders, unlimited home builder's license. They can do it all. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, full home renovations, all of that there with Patriot. And we love those guys. And the number is 205-919-4494. So take advantage of that. We get into these conversations. We're like doing the show. I'm like, what are we going to talk about? We don't know. And now we're 27 minutes in, and I haven't hit the read yet. But those guys are awesome. Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, they got you covered. Anywhere in between.
All right. Well, I saw Cruz post George Teague strip. You remember that?
No, I love that.
You remember watching that live?
Yeah, I do. It was beautiful.
Too bad.
I wasn't a big Alabama fan back then. I didn't really care, about college until I went to college, right? Like my neighbor loved it. And he was in the FBI.
Yeah.
He was in the FBI. Yep. And he loved some Alabama. And that strip was amazing. That still one of the great plays in Alabama. It still gets a huge response when they play it on the scoreboard.
It's kind of crazy. George Teague's he's had two really iconic moments.
Yeah. Yeah. You're talking about the Dallas Cowboy, get off the star.
Pretty incredible. He's got, I don't know if hitting T.O. off the star is a highlight, but, to have two things that he did that are like widely known amongst pretty much all sports fans. I feel like if you followed highlights, or everybody's seen that highlight of George Teague stripping the ball from, I can't remember the guy's name from Miami, but you've seen that, and you've most likely seen the star incident as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You seem like a guy that would be a Cowboys fan.
I grew up a Saints fan.
I could see you being a Cowboys fan.
Let me tell you, being an Alabama fan and a Saints fan in my childhood was a tough time.
Really? Before Drew Brees?
Yeah. We had Aaron Brooks was the quarterback in New Orleans, was the main one I remember.
Oh, yeah, and in the Shula days.
Yeah. Did have Ricky Williams, but he didn't have much help.
No, dude. And I was in school back then, so I remember those were not fun, losing all those games. And that's why when I talk about spending money and investing in the program, and I think so many people forget about what it was like to lose at Alabama, that it's hard for them to think that we could be a middle of the road team.
Yeah. Well, but the losing has been so, fragmented over the last, since Alabama started playing football. most national championships of any school in the country. So, losing has not been something that's been sustained for a long period of time in Alabama. I mean, pretty much every Alabama fan that's ever lived has seen a national championship won. You can't say that for a lot of schools.
Right. And I wonder if that's like, I look at the situation right now with the NIL, and I know that that the money's going to translate into winning and losing.
Well, it's completely changed. I mean, back in the day,
now, right? There's no rules.
Well, pre-NIL, there were schools. I mean, Indiana, if it's not for NIL, I don't care. NIL and transfer portal, Kurt Signetti goes to Indiana. He's not winning a national championship.
No, dude, no.
Probably never winning. I mean, that's
right.
I mean, there were schools where you just were never going to win. Nothing you could do that was humanly possible would translate into a national championship.
Right.
But this kind of transformative change, I mean, honestly, it makes you a little fearful that, I mean, could Alabama be a team that never wins another national championship? I don't believe that. I don't think that's ever, I don't think that's possible, just because I think the focus is Alabama football and we have to be good. I mean, we just have to.
Right.
But if the leadership doesn't align and things aren't done to address, some of our shortfalls, then that could be the case. I think you would have to have some horrible failures in terms of leadership for that to happen. And I think I love Greg Byrne. I think we're in really good hands, but this transformation has been so drastic that could be a potential downfall of a lot of programs in the country.
Yeah.
If things are mishandled for, I'm just throwing something out there. Penn State, they haven't won a national championship in a while, I know, but Penn State loves their football, and if things are handled improperly, you never know what could happen.
Right. I feel like if there's no sense of urgency on putting the money that needs to be put forth for football, keep the roster intact, and we're going to pay a price for it.
Yeah, that goes back to the conversations we've had over the last couple of shows. I mean, if you don't pick your lanes, unless you just have unbelievable NIL funds, if you don't pick your lanes correctly for a school that doesn't have the billionaires and like other states, then you're going to be hurting. You just got to pick a lane, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah. Well, look, I've already said what I think. I know some of you guys are hearing me, so I'm fine with whatever. You know what? But what's going to happen is when we're back to the Shula days where we're fighting for Shreveport, you guys are going to be like, Mick told us that we weren't putting enough money into this. We're paying, we're wasting $5 million on women's basketball, another $5 million on baseball, when we could be putting that towards football. Remember, I said that. Sorry. Tennis. Like the stuff that it ain't keeping the lights on, as they say.
Well, it's a sad reality.
It sucks, by the way, and I'm not happy about it. It's just the way that you're right. Sad reality is a great point.
Yeah, because again, we have beat this dead horse. I love for everybody to have an opportunity. I mean, in a perfect world, none of us have to work and everybody's millionaires. You can do what you want to do. You don't have to sacrifice anything, and you have no worries. But that's not the world we live in. And eventually you keep trying to make everybody happy. A lot of people that are putting the work in are going to suffer, or not be on the same playing field that others are. So, it is what it is.
Before I get too far down the road, let me tell you guys about my guys over here at Residence Inn by Marriott Ocean City. Keith has you covered. I need a vacation there right now. Put me on the plane. Even Scared Coker, put him on the plane with me. And as nervous as he is, I'll make sure that we get a couple of stiff bourbon drinks. We're flying right into OC. We're going to go there to that beautiful hotel, see the sunsets. He loves seafood. I love seafood. You love seafood. Come out, check it. The boardwalk. Back to back to back coastal style hotel of the year. OC Maryland really is a fantastic place. The Green Turtle sent us. I mean, look, would a place that's not great have those right there? Turtles riding each other. No, seriously, Ocean City's awesome, man. And that hotel is fantastic. And Keith has you covered in Secrets Bar is great. Even now's an awesome time of year, after the tourists go. Jimmy Buffett used to sing about that. When the tourists leave, it's even better. So check it out. All right. And let me change gears here. There was a famous basketball player. I think all of us know him. When you talk about guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Jules Monnier. When you put those guys together, legends, man, legends.
I'm gonna have to find that Red Auerbach letter he wrote to my grandfather and read it on the show.
Jules is the coolest name, man. Like I almost want to have one more kid just to have Jules Gillespie. That guy just sounds like he'd have a killer crossover. Jules Gillespie would be like white chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
he'd be like Steve Blake when he was in Maryland.
I wish I could have seen him in his prime.
And if you guys don't know, I'm talking about it. Jules Monnier is his grandfather. He was a great basketball player and baseball player too.
I wish I could have played him one-on-one in his prime.
Did you know where I was going with that?
I knew it was. I knew a shot at me was coming, even though that wasn't a shot. But I knew something was coming. I could see the twinkle in your eye.
Oh, you know it. I got some. When you get back in studio, I got some presents for you here. It's gonna be like Christmas because I haven't seen you in a while. All right, Bama plays Tennessee. I really like this basketball team, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. You can disagree with me if you want. I think Nate Oats is the best coach Alabama's ever had and ever going to have.
Yeah,
I love him. This program, and I wasn't around for Wimp. Now I broadcasted the game with Wimp, and I know he was really good too, but he didn't get to the Final Four in the Elite Eight and do the stuff. This program is consistently nasty. They even when they're not doing the things that he wants them to do, they're still really good. And this team to me is like, you know what? They're a team that you're looking on paper and you're like, I don't know if we necessarily want to play these guys because on any given night they can beat you.
Yeah. And this team's come a long way. It kind of reminds me of that Final Four team. I'm not, it's kind of hard to, when you hear that, be like, what are you talking about? But that team that made it to the Final Four, that was following the year we were ranked number one in the country for most of the year. And we lost games we shouldn't have lost. Really played in a way where I thought we weren't going to be very good. And all of a sudden, late in the year, we just turn it on.
Yeah.
Start playing with a lot more fire, a lot more passion. And this team reminds me of that team that just kind of coming together. Aiden Sherrill, man, that guy.
And
all of a sudden,
baby.
Which let me tell you,
I like him.
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, I work with two Mississippi State guys.
Alan,
a couple Mississippi State guys, and usually, they're friends of mine, and usually, like, there's a friendly shit talk. I'm the giver, they're the taker. They're the punching bag.
All of that, Jules Monnier.
But let me tell you, man. I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. I don't know how. One of my Mississippi State coworkers went to the game Wednesday night. And I was just thinking about it. Every time they played in every sport over the last 4 or 5 years, I have talked a lot of shit and just rubbed it in every time. And I've gotten to a point where I'm like, man, I'm an asshole. Like, I mean, the outcome, we already know it's going to happen. And I keep doing it. And I'm just like, this guy's still going to games. I'm like, how? I feel bad for these people, you know? I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, I mean, can you imagine pulling for a team that Dak Prescott and 2015, 14, that's the last real, I mean, baseball, I guess, that you know, they can pull for baseball.
Yeah, they won a championship. But yeah, I mean, that basketball game against them this week was just an absolute ass whooping. I mean it was like, we tore them up.
I mean, it was like watching we were just getting conditioning in and shooting the ball around.
Yeah, right.
Basically what it looked like.
Well, what I loved about it is like, don't play down to your competition, you know, like just.
Oh yeah. And
bring it on, baby.
Nate Oats at the end of the game still pulling guys out because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
it was like watching basketball coach Saban.
I know.
It was awesome.
I hope I just hope he stays, man. I hope, because he's going to be getting. If you're one of these basketball schools, I mean, dude, how much money do you want? Right? Like, if you're Kentucky, if you're Kansas, if you're Indiana, you know, you're North Carolina, Michigan State, like, I mean,
well, and but the thing about Nate Oats is, it's not like he needs. I mean, look, basketball, they make a good profit. I want to see them. I want to see basketball taken seriously. I just do.
Right.
But I mean, one thing you can say about Nate Oats, I mean, you got LeBaron Fallon, you got Holloway, Sherrill. I mean, Amari Allen. I think Amari Allen was a pretty good recruit.
Had a great game.
But he can find guys that are kind of diamonds in the rough. He's got a way of finding those guys that come in you've never heard of that are huge playmakers.
Yeah. You think that there's any chance Bediako wins or gets this reprieve from the Alabama Supreme Court?
I don't know, man. I want him to be able to come back just because I'm an Alabama guy. I love Alabama guys and want him to do well. I don't know if it happens, and if it does, it's going to happen, right in the middle of the SEC tournament, or going into the NCAA tournament. If it does, I'd rather see him being a guy that comes off the bench, instead of being a starter, just so that we got that same rhythm,
Yeah.
If you need that big guy, a fresh set of legs as a big guy, put him in there. But Sherrill is, I think that fired Sherrill up. Bediako coming in is, playing over him, taking a lot of minutes from him.
Yeah. It should.
I think Sherrill, that really woke him up, which he's had big games, but he just didn't seem to be playing with that fire that you see right now, especially since Bediako's departure.
Guys, I'm going to be at Pearl River next, the 5th and the 6th at the Timeout Sports Lounge, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, getting ready for the NCAA tournament. I'm going to try to get this guy on the show with me. I don't know where I think you're going to be back, but I know you're doing Vegas then. But anyway, you don't have to wait on me. Go out there, get ready for March Madness. I think I went to Vegas last year for March Madness, and you couldn't, in the sports books, you couldn't get a spot because they wanted you to pay like $1,000 for a table. You don't have to do that at Pearl River. You got everything you need, man. You got 20 big screen TVs, full-size bar. Every single game's going to be on there. You can bet on them all, just like out there, except you don't have to wait in line. It's so much better, dude. And it's like an hour and change from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. I'm thinking about going back after that for the tournament. We should do that.
I know. Marshall Henderson's got his event going on. We might have to go crash that.
Dude, let's go, man. Like, I was out in Vegas last year, and it was cool. The problem with it was that you couldn't get it. Like they wanted you to, unless you want to drop money for a seat, you don't have to do that there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Vegas, I like Vegas a lot. You know that. You're going out there next week. I like it a lot. But the problem is that Vegas used to be very affordable. Now, like, it's turned into it's too expensive. Pearl River's not that way, man. Beers are cheap. It's a good place. Like, it's easy to get to. You're not paying for parking. Driving up there, go in. And the sports book's fantastic. Timeout Sports Lounge. It's Golden Moon Casino.
Well, Vegas, I think Vegas may have to learn a lesson. I know revenues are going down out
going
there.
Down. You know that. Yeah. So you don't have to go all the way out there. But I'm serious, dude. Or maybe we'll have to talk about this, but I'm serious. It's not that far of a trip, and it is great.
Man, I don't know. That 3-hour flight in from Houston ain't fun.
I'm talking about Pearl River.
Oh, yeah.
So, come on, man.
No, that's an easy drive.
Easy, dude. All right, the other thing I want to tell you is 205-919-4494. Will and Justin, they're like number 1 seeds in the tournament. They got you covered. Give them a call. They are going to answer. Free inspections. You got a problem with your roof, you're wondering, let those guys come and take a look at it. They can do it all. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, full home renovations, free inspections, as I mentioned. And that's Patriot. And there's a reason why they're called Patriot. Because they watched the hockey and they were so proud of the USA that they named their business after it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even like hockey. Now I love hockey. Love it.
Yeah. No, hockey.
Is he going to get his teeth fixed, or does he just leave them like that?
Man, I don't know. That's so iconic. At this point,
he's biting the metal with those broken teeth.
That was. I mean, that was.
Did you see this? Hold on. Did you see this? So you know that the U.S. won gold in 1980, right? And you saw it, right? Herb Brooks, and he basically had a amateur team, and they beat the Soviets, which were a professional team. And like the Soviets were like beating everybody, like 15-0, 18-3, like killing teams. And he was like Nick Saban, and they hated him until they realized that he was making them champions, right? I'm watching this, and I'm like, this reminds me of when Saban came to Alabama. Some people didn't survive. Some people did. And the guys that did, not only are they successful, you get around the Mike Johnsons and the Baron Hubers, those type of guys. There's a reason why they're successful in business, not just football. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why their lives are good, because they learned from a guy who is iconic, and he's iconic because he's great. Herb Brooks is the same way. So anyway, he coaches these guys up. They can't stand him at the time, and then they realize afterwards, like, he was getting them ready for this war that they were going through, right? Well, there's a scene in there where they cut this guy, Jack Hughes.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that.
He's like, I'm like, what the hell? And everybody sending this to me. Another Jack Hughes got cut, and it's in the movie and everything. Like, he got cut. And then at 46 years later? Guys, Jack Hughes is the legend.
Well, I think Jack Hughes had his brother played on the team too.
His brother's on the team too, yeah.
But he had another brother, I think, that didn't make the team.
Dude.
And I think his uncle played on that 1980s team or something.
I wonder if it was his uncle that got cut. Nah, because he wouldn't have been named Jack Hughes. Let me Google this, because you got me one. Now, I was going to wrap this show up, but now when there's no wrapping.
Let me check real quick.
No, I got it. You just talk about something. You get into something.
Hang on. I'm going to beat you to it.
No, you're not. Come on now.
We're in bonus time anyway.
People are texting me.
Come on. I just need my computer to load.
Nope. He was not related. Jack Hughes, born in 2001, is not related to John Francis Jack Hughes, who was in contention for the 1980 U.S. hockey team. He wasn't part of the Miracle on Ice. A former Harvard player was cut from the 1980 Olympic team, though he did play for the U.S. national team and in the NHL. The 1980s, Jack Hughes played for the Colorado Rockies, a franchise that eventually became the New Jersey Devils. Modern Jack Hughes has played for that team since 2019, and that was my favorite team. Like when I played hockey, I lived in New Jersey. That was my favorite team. Was the Devils. Somewhere
the New Jersey Devils.
But it's just because it was the team. Like I lived there for a short time, but hockey's actually really fun. It's a fun sport to play. But those guys, man, I mean, how do you think Canada feels right now?
Oh,
they started this. You don't boo us, man. You don't boo the national anthem. You don't do it.
Yeah, I love those short clips they have of when they boo the national anthem, and they interview USA players. They're like, didn't like it. I didn't like it. And then it cuts to them just beating the hell out of them.
Then we got in the fights. We had fist fights out there. When they were Freebird's my song, and Toby Keith is your guy, and they got us both covered.
Oh yeah.
I've named 2 boats Freebird, by the way.
Oh yeah, and then you got Cash Patel over there just losing his mind, which is pretty awesome too.
Just everything about it was great. Everything about it was great.
It is awesome seeing public figures or leadership, public leaders getting excited, with athletes at the Olympics
Yeah, man. Look, this isn't a political show. We don't care if it was whoever. It was just
awesome.
We love our country, man. When we want to win.
Yeah, it's awesome seeing cohesion like that.
Yeah,
it makes your pumps a little red, white, and blue into your heart.
It does. Hey, if Jonathan Timmons is watching, man, my man in Jasper, Timmons. He had his USA jersey on when we won. He took the flag off of his house and he started running down the street. Let's go, Timmons.
Did you see that video? You see that video of that guy standing up on the bar making the Herb speach?
No, I love that though.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta find that. It's easy to find. But a guy, they're just drinking beer at 7 a.m. at a bar watching the hockey game, and the guy gets up and I guess right before overtime, and he makes the Herb locker room speech. It's awesome.
That's so amazing, dude. It's still amazing.
Hey,
it's just amazing. Like everything about it.
Best country there is when you can do that.
Yeah. and part of what makes it great is that the Canadian team is stacked.
Yep.
They're so good. Yeah. Like I saw where they gave the big award. I forget what it was, like the presidential award or something to the goalie. It's because the guy was under attack. Like he was just getting out there.
If I was that goalie, I'd be like, guys, this is getting pretty ridiculous, because I don't watch.
They were so good.
I didn't watch hockey much, but I felt like the puck was always around our net. Like it was relentless. But hey, some teams just know how to win.
Medal. He won the Medal of Freedom.
That's awesome.
What's his name? Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah. I mean that one where he just reached around and slapped it away.
He stopped 131 of 137 shots in the Olympics.
Jeez.
That tells me that defensively there were some holes, and it wasn't on him. That was awesome, dude. I'm like you, man. I'm still fired up. So Pearl Rivers, this isn't official yet, but if you're still hanging with us, I'm gonna let you guys know we're sponsoring the mullet toss this year.
I thought it was official.
Is it? I mean, I don't know. We haven't had like a press release, but we're doing it.
Well, heard it here first.
Yeah. I'm not. You know what? After last year, you talk about do you think that U.S. winning gold in hockey would have been a big upset? If I could have just got my fish off and beat you in the mullet toss throw, oh my God, that would have been like, you talk about colossal.
Yeah, this show would be over.
Oh my God. You look because I normally, if I just throw it, it goes that far, but it broke in half and it hit a lady. I just remember, like, you saw the video. There's a video. The fish guts coming out of the side because a guy told me to go deep into the cooler and get one that was kind of frozen. But I guess I gripped it too hard when I went to throw it because I wanted to beat you so badly.
Mine just opened up like a parachute. I mean, it just wasn't, that first year was.
You almost broke the drone the first year.
Yeah, that first year was smooth.
That was a great throw. It was beautiful.
Yeah, my technique went to hell after that.
That's just down. So we'll be there again in April. All right, look, we just gave them we didn't know what we were going to talk about. We just gave you guys an hour, a solid hour, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Hold on though. I want you to watch this with me, Jake. We still have, before we get to an hour, we still have 4 minutes left. So let's watch this together because there's a couple things I've noticed since this came out.
So Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake. You ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays.
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
All right, he's gone. Where did you go? Where did you go, pal? Well, let me tell you that we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Azaleas, the Oaks, two amazing golf courses right there at Dancing Rabbit. And it's about to be golf time. So I love how this guy just sprinted right out of there. There he is. All right, look, we got 2 minutes left. First thing I want to know, I see you and Steve Azar toast, but you didn't drink your drink in there.
Yeah,
you got a drink, you got to drink. You don't toast and put the drink down. You drink.
Yeah, that drink had probably been there for about 4 hours.
That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that there's one guy in there, and he looks suspiciously like Greg McElroy. It's not him, but it looks like it could be his cousin. You know who I'm talking about?
Uh-huh. When I steal Azar's wing.
Yeah. I'm like, is that a way to, like, because, we've talked a lot about Greg on the show. The 2009 games, one of my favorites of all time when they beat Florida. He's very famous now. He's on ESPN. He's got a #1 show in Birmingham. You couldn't get him, so we went and got a lookalike.
Good looking fella.
That when I first saw the commercial, I wasn't sure. Now I love it, man. It really does grow on you. It gets better every time I watch it. The song's awesome, man. Steve's a great performer, man, great singer.
Yeah, I mean, again, as soon as we walked on set with Steve, I knew, I was like, yeah, he's been here, done that.
The Delta Soul, it's called Delta Soul, Steve's golf tournament. That's in Greenville, Mississippi in June. You guys golf, you need to go to it, man. It really is phenomenal, man. I'm excited about going again this year. Can't wait. All right, any final thoughts, my friend?
Man, I think that's it. I think I'm good.
Think we've done it. You guys have a great weekend. Roll Tide.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.